Hey there, my name is Thomas O'Regan, and over the last 3.5 years, me and my wife have built an 11 property portfolio. Now, I just wanted to run through with you guys today a little thing that I'm thinking through right now, and it's should I continue building wealth to achieve my goal, which I'm not going to get into right now what my goal is, or should I just choose to have a nice life? So the reason that I've come, this decision, this thought has popped up in my head is because we currently, me and my wife, we have an 11 property portfolio, which we built over the last 3.5 years, and we are currently selling 4 properties. And the reason we're selling 4 properties is to take our portfolio to the next level, which I'm really not going to get into right now, but I just wanted to get into the decision making I would run through when it comes to, should we just have a nice life? Should we just have a normal life and, settle for what normal people would do? Or should we keep pushing forward and trying to achieve our goal of being wealthy and having a passive income stream that we can live off and we don't have to go to work to do that? So this is it. We're selling 4 investment properties. We're going to profit about 650K. So the thought came in my head, why? And I just wanted to get into this because I feel like this thought would come into everyone's head. It's always the challenge in your mind, should you invest or should you settle down and buy a dream home? Now, if we were to buy a dream home, this is the numbers. This is what it would look like. So we would sell, get 650K profit, and I currently live in a very nice area by the beach in Freshwater, New South Wales, Sydney, New South Wales, Freshwater on the northern beaches. It's very nice. When I want to go for a surf, I just grab my surfboard and I run down to the beach. That's how close I am. So if I wanted to buy a 2-bedroom house, and you're probably thinking at this point, hey, you've got 11 properties. Why would you buy a 2-bedroom house? Why would you buy a 2-bedroom apartment? Why wouldn't you buy a nice house? The reality is here in Sydney, houses are very expensive. If I wanted to buy a house, it's probably around $2 million. Otherwise, I could go way out west and buy a house out there. The reality is I've lived in a 3-bedroom house before with 2 bathrooms. I don't enjoy living in a house that has a lawn and so much maintenance involved. It's more of a headache than anything, in my opinion. Much rather live in a 2-bedroom house in an area that I love, close to the beach. That's my dream. So 2-bedroom house is fine for me. And most people are not really in the position to retain 7 investment properties and also buy a home, which we're in. So that's pretty lucky. But yeah, getting back into the story, say if I was just like, I just want so bad to have a comfortable and normal life like everyone else, this is the back of the napkin maths I would do. So 2-bedroom property near the beach would be around $1.2 million. Now, if we were to buy a $1.2 million property, we could put in a $580,000 deposit from that 650K profit, and would need to pay. And this is the back of the napkin maths. So don't grill me on this, but the stamp duty and closing costs would be roughly around 70K. Now we would be stuck with a $620,000 loan. So currently I have a business. I'm an investor. That's what I do. So I'm at the start of my business phase right now, so I don't generate a whole lot of money. But if I wanted to live a normal life, to get this loan, I would have to get a job, generating 120K. Hey, and if you can't find a job, and if you're in the same situation as me, and you're like, gee, if 120K job sounds like a lot of money, I can't find a job for 120K. Just to clarify, before I started my business, I was earning 150K in a job, so it's quite easy for me to find a job that's paying that much money. But if you're a person, you can't find a job for 120K, I think it's pretty easy to find a job for 90K. So if you wanted to get a job for 90K instead, maybe you wouldn't buy a 1.2 million property, maybe you'd buy a 1.1 or $1 million property. You can still find 2-bedroom properties around here for $1 million. Now, yes, we would be stuck with a 620K loan, as I was saying before. The repayments on that, principal and interest for the next 30 years, would be $749 a week, which is not too bad considering If we were to rent a similar home, it would be $750 a week. So it's not too bad. It's not much difference, right? Then you got bills on top. This is just estimates, like about 80K per week for bills, and home ownership costs, which would be about $18,000 per year, and that would be $346 per week. Okay, so all in all, in costing, like the cost of home ownership would be $1,220. And currently what we're paying to rent is $750 plus all the bills. We don't pay home ownership costs like strata, council rates, body corp fees, all that sort of stuff, land tax, all that sort of stuff. We don't pay that because we're tenants, right? So the difference is $380 per week. And look, I'm not really too concerned about that savings. It's not like if you're owning a home, like technically you own the home, so you get the capital growth potential, right? But the reality is, for me, putting that much money into a home and tying myself down to a job which I need to earn 120K per year is an opportunity cost I don't want to pay. Because the reality is, for me to become wealthy, for me to become achieve my dreams, the better route for me is to invest in investment properties and build wealth through that vehicle, right? Instead of buying a home to be a homeowner and be comfortable and be normal. I'm not interested in being comfortable and being normal. I'm interested in achieving my goals. And the reality is, as I said at the start of the video, we have 11 properties. Most people can't get themselves in that position because they can't do what is hard. They can't do what it takes to achieve their goals. They would much prefer to just do something which is normal. So I'm on the cusp right now. I've just sold a few investment properties. I could potentially become normal and have a nice life, which is probably more comfortable than what most people are in, because the reality, most people in my situation, they don't have 650K saved, or they don't have 650K to put into a property. They have maybe 50K or maybe 100K, if they're good at saving. And then when they buy their property, which is their dream home, they will have to get a freaking huge loan, which will cost them a lot more than what it would cost me right now. And they would also not be retaining 7 investment properties. So we're selling 11 properties and we are retaining 7 investment properties. So we could potentially buy a dream home and retain 7 investment properties. That would be a pretty good life. But once again, I don't want a good or a normal life. I want to achieve my goals. I want to be wealthy. So that's the decision that I'm having to make. And honestly, this decision for me, I didn't have to think about it too long. I already knew what I wanted to do. I already knew what my goals were, but I just wanted to clarify it, get it all down for you guys so you understand how I'm thinking about this. So hopefully that clarified a bit of stuff for you guys, and it's about making the hard decisions to get a result that normal people wouldn't get. Like, that's how we've got to where I am, and I will continue to push forward to reach my goals. And I keep hitting on my goals, and I haven't really made it clear in this video what they are, but that's another video. I don't want to get into that right now. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible. And if this helped you guys think about, should I rent, or should I buy investment properties, or should I buy a home? And I hope this decision-making process that I'm going through, that I went through with you guys, helped out a little bit. And if you have any questions, or you want me to do another video, just hit me up in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.